Is this thing on?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And Brooke. Hi, we really should work out some kind of musical intro one day. It would be like
Absolutely.
so
I'm in
amazing. Hi, everyone. Welcome
We
to
are not
Uncensored
going to
Radio.
be Grey's Anatomy.
We're not, why don't you want to be Grey's
That
Anatomy,
reference is
Jeffrey?
lost on me.
It's run for
They
700
did the
years.
musical episode, and it totally jumped the shark.
Everyone does a musical episode.
Yeah,
The
no.
original.
I'll be like, why do good girls like bad guys?
Please do. I'd love it,
Beautiful.
Jeffrey.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be like Chicago when the light
Hi,
just comes on and now Jeffrey Emmett sings his solo
Ace.
about love.
Why
How are
do
you?
good girls like bad guys? She don't like to be called a bitch. Try not to lose me.
I'm just Jeffrey from the block.
I used to have a little, now I have a lot. Yeah. So what happened was I went on a date last weekend.
Ooh.
Oh, you went.
I did. It was fun to have some grown-up time. We went and toured Eureka Springs, which is like the southern gay little mecca place. It was quite nice, great little shops. Found a crystal shop, which I'm super excited about. It was like, oh, I can pretend like I'm in LA and just buy overpriced crystals. So that was very, very exciting. And then we had a little water main break at my house in New York. So that had to be dealt with, which was just so thrilling and exciting. I can't even explain to you how excited I was to deal with that situation. And then, we just have more drama on this fucking show than anything behind the scenes. That's the better show, personally, I think. But here we are.
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Isn't it, kids?
Is it now?
How are you today, lovely Vera?
Hi, guys. I'm here today. We did have a little drama. We won't go into it. It's not better left unsaid at the moment. But there's still lots of love. We all love each other here.
Okay, Joy Behar.
Fuck off.
Joy Behar. That's more Joy Behar. That sounds more correct. Katie McCarthy, you're back with us after a bit of an absence. How are you, my dear?
Holy
Is she here?
shit.
She is here.
The last 3 weeks of my life have been a clusterfuck. So let's see. I was out in mid-October for surgery. So after I recovered from that, my children decided to get hand, foot, mouth, which I don't recommend anyone getting, by the way.
It's annoying as shit.
My youngest is still, his blisters are still healing and clearing up, and it's just awful. And someone told me you can lose your toenails and your fingernails, and that's kind of freaked me out a little bit. And then to top that off, icing on the cake, my family gets COVID.
Jeez.
So everyone's getting off of quarantine this weekend. Children and I and my husband, we all tested negative. We were not, we were exposed, but we weren't infected, I guess you could say. And I'm just kind of heading into December gung-ho, 3 birthdays, Christmas, Happy New Year's. Let's do 2022.
Can we get through Thanksgiving?
No.
Move it on up.
Fuck it.
She doesn't care for Thanksgiving.
I'm done with
Hey,
November.
Bodacious Brookalata, how are you today?
Oh, look, extra technical issues. All of the porn that I watch has fried my computer. Unfortunately.
That's all right. We are
Yeah.
familiar with the delay lately. It's all good. We can
I
make it work.
told you to stop looking up people banging horses.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Look, everyone's got a
Thank you,
thing, Jeffrey.
Christopher.
Stop judging me.
I
Everyone's
would
got a
never
kid.
judge you. Honey, if you want a good horse cock, who am I to judge? It's not my
Oh
job.
my God.
Well,
There goes the Facebook feed.
such a
And there goes all the
beautiful
viewers.
message for the holiday. You know what I have been doing though? This week I've decided to educate myself a little bit further, and I can now work Blog Talk. There are
Oh,
people actually listening out there. So
Yes.
hi, if you're listening to us, hello.
The
We had
OG,
Random.
those are the OG listeners.
Well, hi, OG,
Oh
OJ.
God! I
Guys,
think
in
I think
on a
still have that
random
number
date,
on my phone.
on a random, I don't have it up at the moment. Hold on, I can look though.
You do
Let me
it?
have a look. On a random, let me look at these statistics.
He's having a look, ladies and gentlemen. Please
I'm having
hold
a look.
for the next
On
available
for some
homosexual.
reason, guys, on the where is it? Oh
Jeffrey, I
god,
still have
this
that
is great
number.
radio. On the
You saw what?
14th of January. What happened on the 14th of January? Was that the insurrection?
It was
the
probably
week after.
week
The
after.
January 6th.
Guys, on that day we had 694 downloads of the show.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Where are you every week? Is my question, but that's okay. We love that you're here, and we love our people watching. Hi, kids at home.
Oh, we're
We
gonna
hope you-
release a line of sex toys. That is awesome.
Who?
Oh,
Ace said
are
we
we?
got a line of sex toys.
No,
We do?
we're
Oh.
just trying to compete with the demi wand, and
Look
we
at
can't. compete.
listen, I've always felt like, you need to prepare when you get into any relationship for anything to go wrong. So I've always cloned a Willy of all my exes. So I have their cloned dicks
Shut
that
up.
we can sell in a closet in New York.
You are so full of it.
We'll
You are
we'll
no.
sell the exes
You
of
what did
Jeffrey.
you make a
Prove it.
plaster mold?
Prove it.
Yes.
Yep.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Teleport to New York right now and go in the attic and go searching with the bats? I don't think so.
Open the door.
Jeffrey,
for me.
you
Beer
saying
and
you're
I
not
are
in New
going
York right now?
No,
We're
I'm
going
not.
in.
He's not in New York. Right now.
We're going live.
Allegedly.
I
We're
was
going
just
in.
there last week though.
And you
Going in.
didn't call?
Yeah.
You
Well,
In
not
and
never
out,
called,
in and
Jeff.
out, in and out.
never call. You never write.
I know.
It's not okay.
Look, it's just so hard being me, okay? Like I have to
Yes.
maintain this amount of fat level, so it means I gotta
Excuse
eat
me.
a lot. I don't
Excuse
sleep. I have 3
That
kids.
is my move. That is my move. Do not take my
And then,
move.
like, people always want something. They want to talk to me about frivolous things, and I just don't understand.
And not the frivolous things that you want to talk about, which
Right.
is really upsetting.
Money and penises. Why can't that be the topic of every conversation?
You know why?
Kinda is though, isn't it?
It really.
Because we're mean
Well,
girls. bit of a blast from the past there. Where is Ryan Coughlin these days?
No.
We ask ourselves, Ryan, if you're out there,
Wait. Chris
where
said,
you been, girl?
have you all watched Sex, Love, and
2PG.
Gooper? Is it 2PG for Jeffrey? I mean, I don't know. I have not heard of this thing.
Oh,
Oh, it's
wait.
Gwyneth Paltrow's Netflix show.
Oh,
I think I saw Coughlin a couple of weeks ago.
I think
He's
yeah,
coughing around.
I was texting him. I think Gwyneth Paltrow's a little pompous. I was just reading this book, Quit Like a Woman, the audiobook. It's a
Mhm.
10-hour book.
You're reading it.
You were
Oh,
reading
is that the one about
reading the
alcohol?
audio book.
I was
Yeah.
really listening to it, not reading it. Sorry.
I love audio.
That's how
And
I digest my
she
books
talks
these days.
about how like Goop is this company that it's all about, oh, God forbid you use mascara that can put poisons in your body, but it's sponsored by Kettle One.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, she's telling people to stuff eggs up their pussy and
Yeah, she has a
get like
secret
dirty infections and whatnot.
She's
I
got
think-
a vagina scented candle.
We're 10 minutes. We're nearly 10 minutes in, and I can say it. I think she's a joyless cunt.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Cut count.
I thought this
One.
was going to be the
Wait,
penis
two.
show. I thought we were gonna
No.
say cunt. I thought we were going to say
I had to
penis.
go there. Look, we're equal opportunities, and we all love a good.
Hot load of
Yeah.
hot topics.
We love a hot load.
It's never
We don't
gonna
love a
be
hot load of hot
Ever.
topics, right?
Dick.
Ah.
Dude.
Biggest news of the week. Biggest news of the week. Fuckers, it's over. It is done. She is out of there. She's free. Brittany is no longer under the conservatorship for the last 13 years of her life. I don't know if I did post the Instagram message to her feet. Look, I can't. Like, I love her, but I get
Yeah,
motion
She's
sickness.
anxious. She's just
I don't. Yeah,
She
the,
did.
girl, sit
seem a little-
down. Sit down.
Imagine if I did this entire show.
I hope she puts smart people around her
If we do it at
to
different rates,
protect
we'll
her.
make people
Whoa.
sick.
to help her and insulate her. And
But you know
I'm
what?
kind of
No.
disappointed.
She needs to be able to make her own mistakes, okay? We all learned as we grew up. We made mistakes. We've learned from them. We go on.
Yep,
Listen,
She
Shira.
makes a mistake. It doesn't make her a bad person. It doesn't mean she has to go back into jail. Let her make her mistakes. She
She did. His name is Kevin Federline.
That's one.
Back then, they call me K-Fed, but you can call me Daddy instead.
God.
Such a bad album. I love it.
I mean, frankly, if she wanted to go the way of MC Hammer and just blow all her money, I'd let her do it.
But you know what? It's up to her now,
it's
and
up to
that's the
her.
point.
Absolutely.
She
Oh,
can
I know.
do
Let her do
whatever
it.
she wants.
I
do
know
it.
I've
I'm
said this
just-
before.
I-
Disappointed that the Oprah interview hasn't already been scheduled and wasn't like coming out as the news broke.
But do you know why? Do you know why that is? Because they're probably going, money, 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 money.
Oh, if I would, so I would be too, girl. You need to make some money off from all that
She
money.
needs to
your
get that
daddy
money off her
allegedly was
daddy.
spending.
Oh, I can't wait
And
for
look,
the album.
if
That's
I
gonna be
was-
an angry one.
I don't think there's going to be one, kids. So
She
every,
needs to make
all
an angry
these
one.
people that are like, oh my gosh, she's going to make such great music. I'm like, you got to be waiting at least 10 years, I reckon. But
She
anyway,
needs to go the way of
um,
Fiona Apple and just make a scathing, angry record. It'll be amazing.
I think the person that needs to be worried is Mama Spears because she is coming for her.
Good.
She is not happy with Lynn, and Lynn's been out of that. Like, you haven't really heard much about Lynn, but apparently Lynn's been the one going behind the scenes,
Oh,
like
she's the
pulling
puppet
the
master?
strings.
Okay.
Big surprise because Jamie's not smart enough. He couldn't even keep a restaurant open
Well,
but-
you know what?
or a gym.
Lynn had the power to free her all along and didn't use it.
Exactly. So, Mama, you in trouble.
were all
Oh, girl,
getting
you in
paid.
danger. That's all I have to say.
Girl,
Of
you're
course
in
they were all getting
danger.
paid.
Her brother, I will never. It was some interview he did, and I was shocked that he did it. And he said, "Oh, this has really worked out well for our family."
Well, of course it has.
Of course it worked out well for
their
you.
lifestyle.
What
Like,
the fuck are
they-
you doing with your life, Brian Spears?
They were saying this week,
I didn't
down
even
to
know
the
she had a
orange
brother.
juice in his fridge, Britney Spears paid for everything to do with Jamie Spears' life up until the date that he was removed. So he doesn't have to earn his own
Shocker.
money because it's all her money.
Mhm.
Now she's got, that's what she was like, it's weird to have an ATM card or to actually hold money again. I'm like, wow, you don't think about that kind of stuff, do you?
It is
like,
weird, isn't it?
You
shit
know,
like-
I gotta say though, to me that kind of sounds appealing. I would love to have people, not like a conservatorship, but people I have that I could trust, like just manage the
Minions.
money, so I don't have to deal with it. Don't have to worry about
That
it.
never ends well, Jeffrey.
I know.
And
Just
listen,
give me all your money, Jeffrey. I'll take care of it for you.
I listened when Joan Rivers said, "Make sure you sign every check."
and you know what? I love Britney, but do we really want her behind the wheel of a car?
She's fine.
She drives like an animal. Leave her alone. She's great.
She drives like an animal.
But I like. Do you know what I like seeing? I did like seeing a little bit of the old Britney come back in that Instagram where she's like, I know I've been in the conservatorship for like 13 years, and she did this weird little robot move. I'm like, oh, that's the girl I remember. That goofy weird ass girl.
You know what? We should send her some My True 10 gummies so
I was-
she can relax with great CBD gummies. And
Wow,
then
you are
while
late.
she's
I
getting
was
ready
waiting
for
that.
bed, she can listen to Mantra Dreaming by Katie.
Jeffrey, do you think she's really going to want anything
Fort-
from Perez?
14
Maybe.
minutes in it took you. 14 minutes.
Maybe.
Well,
I'm
they
going to get her number from Perez and give her a call, see if she wants to come on.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Brittany. I'm sure Brittany would just land on this shit show. But anyway, it was like hey, y'all! Like, oh, God.
Hey,
If
Brittany.
she ever did, you would never be able to breathe. You'd be over there hyperventilating.
Who? Steve?
Steve.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm a professional.
You would die. You
Listen,
would
You would.
She could do
fucking
worse.
die.
She could do
I
worse
can do
than
it.
us.
You can die in your own time, kids.
Just
We're
like
on the clock. You got to be professional. On the clock. Speaking of someone who is back on the clock, Lindsay
Yay!
Lohan has a Netflix Christmas movie coming
She
out.
looks great. I'm so excited. I love Lindsay.
It
She
looks
does.
great.
She doesn't look crazy.
I think she looks great.
It's only a still photography, but
I mean,
What happened to her face?
well, obviously
It was
she had
kind
plastic
of
surgery.
bloated.
Yes.
It
I
was
think she
kind
was
of
Let's
like
let's go back to the.
Oh, they look
That-
better now than it
The
was. Like,
face
Some-
looks 2D.
Filler.
It does look 2D, doesn't it? Looks like it's like
It looks
I'm-
it
flat.
sucked all the dimension out of my face.
I like
A
it.
year
I'm into
ago,
it.
it looked
I hate
like,
Christmas music movies, but I'll watch it.
I think
I'll give
the
it to you.
fillers worn down. It was much
Yeah,
more puffy
look.
like a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even lie. I'm a low fan all the way. Bring it on. She's doing a Christmas movie with Cord Overstreet, who has managed to survive the Glee curse so far.
She got to get her.
He is
working.
Done
in.
anything
But
since
has
then.
he? What is
I mean,
he
he
done
is
since
working
then?
with Lindsay, so.
Listen, again, she could do worse.
But apparently, she's been showing up and everything. So small battles.
I think the
Small battles for the
survivor
low
is
head.
Darren Criss. I don't think it's Cord Overstreet.
That is Cord Overstreet.
That is Cord Overstreet.
He got fat.
No, but I don't think Darren. I think Darren Criss is the survivor, not Cord.
Oh yeah, Darren Criss is.
I just
definitely
mean that he's
the
still
career.
alive and has
Oh.
some sort of career.
Oh.
I mean that he
Yeah,
literally
Michelle.
survived Glee. I'm like half the cast,
Ooh,
or Leah
that's dark.
Michelle's career. Ooh,
Ooh.
girl, she looks completely different. She does look. Do you know what? I think the hair goes a long way with her as well. Like
She's
her
a
hair
redhead
color is
again?
very. What?
She's a redhead again?
No, well, it's a darker red than she's not auburn. She's like
that's
a
what
darker
happens
brownie
when
red.
You try to put the old color over gray.
What? No, well,
Did I
she's
say
been.
that?
Here's the
every
thing. I
color.
think she's another one that had her life very much pushed in a direction by her parents and
Oh, yeah.
suffered a lot of the same things.
Speaking
that
of
Britney
shitty
did.
parents,
But why does everybody rally around Britney, but everybody still bashes on Lohan?
Oh, I love.
I've never
Lohan.
bashed
do you
on
know
that.
this is? Do you know why? Because she's making the choices that sabotage her career, not someone else.
I
Everyone
truly
want-
feel
like-
that
I mean,
surviving
yes and no.
childhood celebrity is a feat all on its own.
Lindsay not showing up for work and being unprofessional is not because of anyone outside of her.
Well,
Like,
she's
that's her behavior.
clearly got
Right.
mental illness going on.
Okay, so yeah,
Right?
I was
She's
gonna-
got some history of substance abuse issues. Look at her family. I mean,
Yeah.
what
To
do you
deal with it.
expect from a kid who came from a broken home?
She's
with
not a kid
crack-ass
anymore,
parents?
No.
Right, not anymore now. But I'm saying, like, they all brushed her off and, like, she became a joke because. But again, nobody wanted to look at how did this girl end up in the situation.
I
she's
really
in now?
liked I Know Who Killed Me, so whatever.
Really?
There like
Yeah.
Oh, there
are
another
some
time.
Lohan movies that have a lot of staying power.
Powder. She got the powder.
She got the powder. I'll
When,
tell you what, let's talk about some people who need some powder. Jeffrey, how do you feel about And Just Like
You-
That?
First off, you're going to hell for saying anything negative about those women of a certain age coming back to rock those goddamn outfits. Shame on you, Steven.
Oh,
I'm
Steven, I'm in trouble.
very, very. I'm excited and I'm ready for some more Sex in the City.
But it's not Sex in the City because there's no
It
sex
is.
because
It
she's
is.
not there.
I am
Samantha's-
very sad that she's not there, but there's a great list of new cast members that hopefully can bring in some
Can
new
I ask a question?
life.
You can.
You watched the trailer, right? As someone who hasn't watched the show, all of those faces that flash on and off, and like, were we supposed to know? Are they old characters that are returning?
no.
Like
think
all
that's
these
no.
faces that were like, ooh, I'm like, okay.
No, I think it's just because, okay, we lost Samantha. Now we have to cram like 20 people in there because it takes 20 people to fill Samantha's shoes.
That's what's a fuck, and that's who's what's, and that's what's a what's.
Well, here's a question I posed to
Why
you,
not Jennifer Hudson?
I'm in a
though?
movie.
right?
Yeah.
But my question is, one of the things that I've seen as a topic of discussion around this is there's still going around of, oh God, what's her name? Redhead. I'm blanking on her name.
Cynthia
Cynthia
Nixon.
Nixon.
Yes. And she's having kind of an intimate moment with another woman. And they're saying, is she a lesbian in this? Where's Steve?
Maybe.
Maybe
he's
she.
gonna-
It
I
is.
don't know.
Maybe she's embracing the new non-binary of of the new generation because the show is very dated. If you go back and look at it, you're like, oh,
Yes, but here's the thing:
But so is everything.
as a fan of the show, I think it would be
Won't be,
kind of a
Steve.
cop out to just
Yeah.
after all that work they put in to salvage that
Yeah,
relationship.
it's a little lip servicey, and it's just no. You can make new characters that are
Like you worked so hard to save their
Yeah.
marriage just to make her a lesbian.
Maybe
What if
she
she just-
wants to
what if
own
she
her
was-
own truth a little bit.
yeah, exactly. What if
I
she
don't
was just
know.
one of those late in life lesbos that just goes, you know what, fish.
She literally was one
After
of those
40.
late in life
She was.
lesbos. She had a husband and
Yep.
married
Look at Jeffrey. Bitch, you want controversy? I'll give you controversy.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Can we make a shirt that says late in life lesbo?
I love it.
I'll get to work
That's
on
like-
that.
Is that like a second married gay? Like, you know, after their second marriage, they go, maybe I like dick. Sometimes it happens, kids. Sometimes it happens.
Maybe I
Look,
like
you all know that you've got those friends or acquaintances where you go, oh, he's gay. And
Well, honey, I
That's
usually
okay.
slept with them, and I feel like women need
That's
to thank me because I was saving their marriage.
see,
I'm
This
not
is what
trying to steal him. I'm just doing you a service.
I'm with it. I'm down with that. Think of how many marriages would be saved if people could be honest about what floats their boat, what yums their yum and whatnot, and could come to a mature adult agreement about that.
I
So-
agree completely.
Right. So my aunt does not get any of this, right? I'm on Grindr last week, and the whole little neighborhood lady group was around, and this couple started messaging me who were quite attractive, and they all could not grasp their head around the fact that it was a couple on Grindr looking for a third together. Like, and it's just like, why be married? I'm like, oh my god.
Straight people are so
And so,
boring.
but
Isn't
this
that
is
a
the thing.
unicorn
So
hunting
they,
or something like
but then it's like they went and jumped from having a threesome to like going into a relationship with them, and I'm like, listen, bitch, if there's 3 people paying bills to take care of these kids, I don't know that I could say no. That's an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Job sharing.
You talking about 3 incomes and 2 other people to take care of children. Like I'm gonna be in the Bahamas next week. You got the kids.
Yeah. See, Ace, I agree.
Ace does
I
have a
agree.
point. Actually, in the medical field, when I was in nursing school, we were taught not to say gay men. We were taught to say men who have sex with men, because there's as many heterosexual men who are having gay
It's interesting.
male on male sex. What was
No
that?
one else heard it. Nothing. Nothing.
I came to nursing late. Don't be an asshole.
1976. Sorry.
Oh,
You
No.
an asshole.
damn.
80s?
Listen,
No, I went
you
to
gonna
nursing
get her
school
going,
I
bitch.
graduated in 2006.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Yes,
I
she
don't know
went-
some things about Vera's life. Sorry. God, fucking break out the torches.
Oh, here we
Jesus.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Round 2.
Speaking of torches, let's get excited, fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, they're back.
Woo.
The Sanderson sisters are officially back. It is filming. It is fucking happening.
Yes.
Come,
Yes,
little
please.
children.
They have filmed a musical segment already.
Ooh.
It's
you have it?
One Way or Another. They're doing a version
Ooh,
of.
Love it.
There's lots of spoilers. Is he cute?
Wait.
Look, I don't mind secondhand
Bring her
goods.
picture up. Is she cute? Let me see.
Oh,
Let me see.
a bit of both ways, Katie. Calm down. Little Katie, both ways. Isn't this your friend? Isn't this your friend, Brooke?
Yeah.
Oh, she is cute.
Love
Hey.
you, Caitlin.
Caitlin, feel free to send the dick pics on over for,
You know,
Group
Phil,
discussion.
the panel likes
Hey,
to
don't
discuss,
send them dick pics. They don't deserve it, babe.
pressing matters.
Listen, what's the fuck? You just sit down there and just keep being on a delay.
Oh.
Oh,
The only
Pressing
reason you get
matters.
ratings is because of me, bitch.
Oh, ratings. I loved it. Welcome to 1994. Well, look, speaking of dick pics, we're going to talk about
I'm old.
this one.
Oh.
This article fired a few people up about
Okay.
like, you know,
Wait,
consent and all that
first,
kind of thing. Go,
It's
Jeffrey.
not true. It's a false. It's wrong. It is all wrong. It's not real. It's not him.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
But
we
it's
can go
very
ahead and
interesting.
talk.
What I thought was very interesting is how well people know Ryan Philippe's body. Because they're like, he doesn't have this tattoo there, and there's this one.
He
There's
doesn't.
It's
And
like
his
there's
tattoo was missing
there are
from his
some
breast.
thirsty gay bitches on
Well, I
on
went
our
and
thread.
looked, because the video doesn't ever really show his face. Like, so it's like, how the fuck do you?
And we
the
only
dick-
watch
that was
this
different
video
dicks.
for journalistic integrity.
There was different dicks involved. There wasn't the same dick in all the
The
videos.
shoulder tattoo looked the same to me. I will say
But
that.
he has a tattoo on his breast, like right here.
Are
It's
you
not
saying-
in any of them.
Old.
How long? Yeah, this could be old. This could be
No, the tattoo,
old.
the arm tattoos were not right. If you look closely, because I went and Googled it to make sure.
Jeffrey's CSI and this shit.
Oh, may
There
I?
were
May I have a
plenty of
word?
people when I shared it. There were plenty of people who wanted to tell me it was fake.
Katie.
Okay. I liked the talk that was going on besides the thirsty bitches on the page about consent, because I think it's a good point that people were outraged when Jennifer Lawrence had her nudes leaked and all that, and we were just
Right.
crying, oh, it's an invasion of privacy and all that. And I think it applies the same to men. Like,
It's an unfair world. Men don't count anymore.
okay, you know what?
Yeah, do you know who's really suffering at the moment? White men. That's so sad for them.
I was gonna say
Rich white dudes.
I was gonna say, I
Damn.
generally don't feel bad
Excellent point,
for
my
cisgender white men, but there is a point that he is entitled to privacy.
Do you know what?
Yes, I
Here it
agree.
is. Here it is. It could happen to any of us. And if you're taking a video in this modern day and age or a photo that you know that this device here
Mm-hmm.
connects up to the internet, connects to clouds, connects to all these things, you can't be surprised if it happens.
Well, just
So-
taking them in general is a risk at this point. And then you're obviously,
Right?
those of us on Grindr, I mean, my junk's all over the place. There's some videos
Right.
of me. You know, I may or may not have
Videos
blown
of
an
me.
X on a website
my.
at one point, just to give it a whirl. So there's shit out there, but I feel like you don't do that not knowing what the consequences are as an adult, right? We all know
Yeah, like, oh, I'm so
it's a chance it
surprised.
could get out.
Yeah.
Especially when
There
you're a
was
celebrity.
comment that
Like,
I got on my page when I
Doesn't mean
shared
it's
it.
fair.
It's like,
It
when
doesn't
are
mean
they
it's
ever
fair.
gonna learn?
I don't know,
Yeah.
when is anyone going to learn?
Yeah.
You know, like, look at
Well, we did
married
sign-
men who sleep with dumb bitches that get like sent titty shots. And you're like, why would you do that?
right.
I mean,
Why would you go give me physical evidence that my partner can find?
I think it's kind of
okay.
shitty that
I
if
dug
you're
a bra
sending,
out of
oh,
the sofa
Because-
that wasn't mine once.
Men are stupid. That's why men always get caught cheating and women don't.
that's
What?
not true. But also, I think
I
think
think it is.
Go, Brooke. Go, Brooke.
I got caught. That's all I'm saying.
It
I
is
got
true because men are stupid when it comes to things like this. When it comes to things like this, they make the mistakes, they put it out there, and then go, "How fucking dare you?" I get he's entitled to privacy. I get it. I do. But if it's there and people want to see it, people are going to fucking find it.
And
Just
my
saying.
problem, I think my big problem is when it's like two non-celebrities, they're in a consenting relationship, they're sending photos,
Thirsty.
Taste
And
the
then-
fat.
and then you break up and revenge porn. That's my big beef.
Well, that's a big issue. I think that is the
It
same thing.
is,
It
but-
should be illegal.
It is.
It
illegal
should
now,
be.
but
It should
wasn't
be, and it
before.
should be like they are like the underage children's, right? Like if you possess images of people that were underage, it's technically child porn. So
Well, I'm
maybe
dating
just be
myself.
smarter with the people you get into relationships with.
So
and
wait,
if-
how does it work? So let's say I had a picture from when I was like 16.
Mhm.
on your
Is that-
on your Motorola.
Yeah.
still- it's
no,
still
but
child porn
it's a
because you were
Polaroid.
underage.
It's a Polaroid.
I was the only one.
It's a Polaroid. So I'm saying though, like, so would it?
Yes.
Is it illegal for somebody to have like photos of themselves as an underage person?
Yes, that's child
No, I
pornography.
don't.
You are
It's
I don't
underage.
have
illegal for
anything.
you to send it to other people.
It's not.
Of
Yes.
me at
Even more.
16.
You are what is disseminating the word? You are disseminating
Yes,
child porn if
disseminating.
you send it
Semen.
out.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about sending it. I'm talking about possessing it. You know what I mean? If you have
I
pictures
don't
of you
know.
in
I
sexual
don't know.
Cloudy
situations,
there.
It's possible. Katie,
Cloudy
you work for the
semen.
lawyer,
I'm not a lawyer.
but you work for one.
I work
She
in
just
real
works.
estate.
She just
lady.
works at the reception desk, girl.
I'm not the receptionist anymore. I work in real estate.
Oh, I got a lovely two
hey, can you
bedroom
check
for you.
and see if my abstract title's there? I think that's what I went through when I got my.
Meanwhile,
I'll check tomorrow.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
speaking of semen, apparently Joe Rogan can suck his own dick. Big surprise.
Listen,
I have a lot to
I
say about this.
would pay so much money if he did a pay-per-view and said it was $500. Bitch, guess what, kid? You ain't eating this month.
Look,
Okay.
here's my issue, right? Here it is. So there is a big difference between being able to get it to your face and knowing you can get it in your mouth.
He totally put it in his mouth.
And he
There's no way
says,
he did
I've never done it because I'm a straight male.
Yeah, okay. He's totally done it. You know.
Interesting.
Why would you bring that up if you have not done it?
I am lovely to meet. That is true, Katie.
Why would you? Like,
What? Yeah.
like
Yeah,
why? Like, just like we're sitting here.
Oh
we're
my
having
God!
lunch
Wait
and
a
all of
minute!
sudden-
Sorry, like I gotta address this because I can't. I understand it is illegal to post.
This is what's going to get him canceled.
My question was not about anybody having pictures of somebody else underage.
It's just the show.
But my question was if you had a Polaroid from yesteryear of yourself from when you were a
Jeff is so
teenager,
worked
is it illegal to have of
Brooks love it.
yourself?
Okay,
Brooks
let's-
loving it.
Okay, let's get back onto this topic. Just we're all
But
just, we're just
as
all
we were
sitting around
saying-
the lunch table, and all of a sudden Jeff goes, "Hey guys, I could suck my own dick. I've never done it, but I can do it." Like,
How
yeah,
do you
yeah,
know?
you totally
How do
have.
you know? How do you know?
I cannot.
And you know what?
I was
That's
with
why-
somebody who could, and I always enjoyed that show.
And that's why the name of today's show is "If I Could Do That, I'd Never Leave the House."
I do have to ask though, if
I
you
was
are
going to
bent
say, I
over
wish I
like
could
that,
suck my own dick, honestly.
Vera, sorry.
If
Yes.
you were bent over like that, would that make the dick sucking enjoyable? Wouldn't there be a little discomfort in turning yourself?
It's very
into a
obvious
pretzel?
that Vera doesn't have a dick.
I mean, you gotta be kind of flexible. I mean, he's
Vera,
explaining
there's
how
a
he
reason.
does it.
There's a reason why the saying "any hole's a goal" works.
So I was trying to catch up on the stories, right? And I'm reading about the whole conversation he had, and he's like, "Yeah, I just kind of spread my legs and bend over." It's like, Jesus Christ, you got into such graphic detail. You have totally done it, and you can't change my mind.
He has totally done it. He has
done
totally done it.
Yeah.
And speaking of another cocksucker of a totally different variety.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
this guy's
Oh,
I wish
Alex
I used a different picture,
Jones.
like with the tinfoil hat.
Coming at ya. Getting the lawyers involved. What a doucheberry, man.
Like,
no shit.
what kind of I can't even think of a word do you have to be to say that a event where multiple children died, young children,
Oh, this dude, yeah.
was fake? Who the fuck does that? And how do you look into like the eyes of these parents who no longer have their child because their child was killed and say it was all fake? Your child's an actor.
How do people
fuck?
still listen to him?
I don't know.
How do people still listen to him?
Vera, you're very calm. I thought this one would fire you up more.
Yeah, I'm a little more fired up than you.
We always bump into the vet.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it later.
We
Keep
live
going.
in a post-truth world.
Well, yes.
It's very
this-
culty.
I said,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
go on
This
to
is the
another
whole
lawsuit,
thing.
so we're not bumping
Like,
into this.
No, that's okay.
He should, like, if I was, what do they need to do? Like, come on over. Let's dig up my like 5-year-old. This is their body.
Crisis actors. Why
You know
would
what I
they
mean?
stage it? Why would
Look
anybody
at Jeffrey.
stage
This show.
this tragedy?
I just,
Yeah, I can't understand how anybody could believe it.
Well, why would Elvis fake his death and then hide in the house across the street from
Because he
him?
needs to talk to the National Enquirer, Jeffrey.
Why?
Him and Batboy keeping that thing
Batboy.
running. Does the National Enquirer still work? World Weekly
No,
News and stuff like
they
that?
went under. The
Oh.
publisher went under when he threw his hat in with Trump like
Oh,
5 years ago.
Big
Oh,
surprise.
World News, the guy who ran World News, and then he bought the Enquirer. Didn't he go under? I'm pretty sure he did.
we'll have
Poor
to,
Batboy. And who is
Look
Elvis
into
talking
that,
to
but-
every on the grave now?
Well, Elvis, if he
What publication?
survived, would be like 99,
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
Look-
He'd be like Mulder.
it's totally possible. Totally
But
possible.
they are all those conspiracy theories that he was alive because Lisa Marie like says some pretty funny stuff sometimes. Yeah,
She's wild.
I love her. We will not speak ill of her.
I don't
Tiny-
said anything bad. I just said she's wild.
She's a tiny, tiny pocket woman, and I love her.
Her song "Idiot" is one of my go-to angry hate you songs because she's
I
like,
know, right?
you drank the fine wine when you're better off with a Bud Light. I'm as happy for you as I would be a cockroach in my
In my food.
food. You're an
You're an
idiot,
idiot,
and I hate you.
And I hate your guts.
Was that about Nick Cage?
Who knows? But speaking of someone else who threw in their tethers with the 45.
Hee haw haw.
Are they accommodating his request for organic
How
vegan meals?
amazing is it that this dude is like in prison? But 51 months, is that correct?
Yes.
That's so what, 3 years?
Love it.
It's 4, isn't it?
Or 4 years. I don't do
48,
math, Vera.
48.
Vera's my girl. Vera's my math girl.
Yeah.
51
4
months
years, 3
and
months.
a 3-year probation as opposed to a 20-year sentence that he was supposed to get. May I read you the quote from this young man?
Please.
Oh, not young man. I was wrong for entering the Capitol. I have no excuse. The behavior is indefensible, he told the court. I am in no way, shape, or form a dangerous criminal. I am not a violent man. I am not an insurrectionist. Look it up. I am certainly not a domestic terrorist. I am nothing like these criminals that I have been incarcerated with. I thought I was going to get 20 years solitary confinement. The trauma has done something to me. I have white hairs to prove it. On my chest, on my arms. I should not have white hairs, Your Honor.
Just yesterday in this country, they finally commuted the sentence of 2 men who went to prison for a murder that they never committed, that the actual murderer told the jury that they had nothing to do with it and that they were innocent, and they still got convicted and served lifetime sentences. Boo fucking who, you middle-class white boy.
Listen, fella, I found gray hairs in my eyebrows today. I've experienced more trauma with my 2 children.
Yeah, they got to
than
worry
you
when
have.
it's a grey pube.
I feel no sympathy for this man. He
None.
clearly has never read a book or,
No.
a dictionary. Definitely, he's never seen a dictionary.
I just love how
poor-
they thought he would save them. Like they're like, oh, it's all right, we're white, we'll get pardoned. And he's like, nah.
Well, that's what that
Nah,
blonde
bruh.
did,
They're blind,
right?
got 6 months.
They were all expecting a presidential pardon. It's like, oh no, he's not
Yeah.
going to do that. He's going to
No.
save them for his family.
No, no.
He's expecting them to all show up next time he runs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But and the sad thing is, they probably will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
sad
really
thing-
curious
Well,
to
He
see.
won't, because he'll still be in prison.
Are you sure? Well,
51 months from now, the next election will be over.
He's
I
a
mean-
white dude. He'll be out in like 2
I was
months.
gonna say he'll get
Yeah, he'll get a sentence, probation.
They'll say it's
And parole.
overcrowding.
Yeah.
Yep. This
He's
is
learned his lesson.
he's
Well,
learned his lesson. He's
If
a
we want to
non-violent
talk,
criminal.
about overcrowding and prison sentences,
Oof. Whale.
Travis Scott's in a lot of trouble.
That man's
A lot of trouble.
not for this, but
$2 billion lawsuit launched against him today against 165.
He's
Yep.
not even worth that much.
165 victims of the Astro
I'm looking
World
it up. Please hold.
drama. It only just came out like before we went on air.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm looking up his net worth. Hold on.
And then, of course, we talked about it last week, but since our show last week, 9-year-old Ezra Blount has died from his injuries, from
It's
injuries
now 10.
sustained at Astro World.
Yeah.
So
Now 10 people dead.
10 people.
Your net worth is $60 million.
That
Like
ain't
he's
gonna
with the
cover all the
Kardashian.
Oh, she's not gonna. Chris is not gonna let that happen. She is not gonna
Baby
let
mama
Kylie hang
might,
around
though.
that. Mm-mm.
Baby mama might though.
Chris Jenner is not gonna let that fly.
But
Yeah.
yeah, look, we had quite the heated discussion about it last week. People want someone to be held responsible, and because he was not only the star but also part of the organizational committee / company that organized it, Travis Scott, it looks like, is going to be copping the majority of it. So whether that is right or wrong in your eyes, I know Jeffrey was a little bit flounced against it last week, but it's happening. I think people want someone to be held responsible, whether it is themselves or whether it is the organizer. They want rationalization for this kind of mob mentality craziness, which I don't know if there is any.
Well, if there's that many people, there should have been a lot more security, a lot more,
I agree.
a lot more medics. I mean, I realize we're in a pandemic. I realize there's a lot of employment shortages now. I realize this. But if you cannot properly staff an event like that, you should not be putting it on.
Yep. I agree.
Period.
If people want to act like animals, they shouldn't go out to concerts and then stomp on people.
Listen, I agree with you there too, but you know,
like I said, every single person in a video showing brushing a gate, rushing over somebody needs to be charged with aggravated manslaughter.
But you know, if they didn't put the event on in the first place, they wouldn't have an event.
But again,
everybody's
so if somebody hosts an event and I decide to go take a gun and shoot people, is it the promoter's fault or mine?
It's your fault.
If they didn't have proper precautions,
so why
If
is it
there's
any
metal
different?
detector, if there's no metal detector to prevent you from bringing a gun into the event.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Let's say a knife. Oh my god. Like
it's still a metal detector.
Either way,
set off a metal detector.
you could bring a plastic knife in that could do some damage.
I mean,
you shouldn't be bringing a plastic knife anyway because they're not recyclable.
Jeff, I don't disagree with you. I don't.
I will kill you in 42.6 minutes.
I don't disagree with you at all. I think there's a lot of people responsible for this. It's not all on the people throwing the event. You're right. You are 100% right.
The people are fucking crazy. Like, people are crazy about crazy shit. Let's talk about this because this kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Oh my god.
I cannot believe this is a story in 2020. I cannot believe this.
So for those of us that don't know what this story is about, there has been an Asian puppet. Muppet. Sorry, what do we call? I don't want to misgender the puppet Muppet. It's a Muppet. It's Sesame Street, right?
Yep.
So Matt Schlapp,
yeah,
who needs a schlap, the president of the Conservative Political Action Conference, has called for PBS to be defunded because of the introduction of an Asian American character. He says, "What race is Ernie and Bert? You are insane, PBS. We should stop funding you."
Way to just show your ass in one statement. In one statement. Way to show that you are a bigoted asshole. I don't know.
There was a big deal when they introduced the first African American Muppet. There was a big deal when they introduced.
There was also a huge deal made. Autistic Muppet.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
And
just
there was
hurt
a hit
afterwards.
of tear-bound.
How about
Representation
whatever
matters.
Maury's sister was on the fucking reel getting on there talking about, oh, Bert and Ernie are gay. What are you trying to teach my children? Bitch, why is she not canceled? Fuck her. I'm still bitter about it.
But
It's like what I
this
just-
is the thing. They're acting like Sesame Street has never been like Sesame Street is this white bread, like
Well,
cisgendered, like straight down the arrow conservative thing.
Right.
That's never been what
Sesame
PBS
Street
is
was
about.
at
That-
all. Yep.
Sesame
No.
Street has always been progressive, and
Yep.
like I was
And
just saying, you know,
inclusive.
representation matters. If a little Asian girl can see herself in Sesame Street,
Yep.
that's a beautiful thing.
But
is
especially
wonderful.
because of the specific reason for this introduction is to do with the Thanksgiving episode and to do with the rise in hate crime against Asian people in your country. There is an off-screen event where they tell the Asian puppet to go home, and that's what the whole episode and the introduction of the character is about. But why do you have a problem with that? Like what? Like,
What fuels this outrage?
Yeah.
Why is it offensive to you that there is an Asian American character in this children's show?
Because
What
they started
about
COVID.
What about that is offensive? I can't put myself in their shoes for a heartbeat.
I know, but I like Sesame Workshop statement today. Sesame Workshop mission. We uphold the mission by empowering children and families of all races, ethnicities, and cultures to value their unique identities. Sesame Street, work your pussy out. That's all I have
Love
to
it.
say.
Love
You
it.
go, Sesame Street. Speaking,
Yeah.
we're just going to run through some young love at the moment, guys.
She
Paris
looked
got married.
amazing.
That's
Paris
hot.
isn't that young.
Paris is
know.
hot.
She's
That's
not old
hot.
though, and she looks
Paris
incredible.
is not that young. How old
Jeffrey,
is
you're watching Paris in Love. Is it hot? Is that hot?
It's
hot,
so
it's so
hot.
That's hot, you
I
guys.
freaking love the
Hot.
previews for that where he's like, "I'm a lucky guy." She's like, "Yes."
Like, I love to play tennis. I'm not good at it, and I don't really like the game, but I look great in tennis clothes.
Paris is 40.
That
So?
woman is smart.
40.
She has come out everywhere and just said it's all an act, and people are still going for it. That's
But you
what
can
I
tell it
love
was
about it.
You could tell it was an act back in the Simple Life days when
Yeah.
she'd be like, "Hey Nicole," it's like, oh god. And nothing warms my heart more than seeing those two fucking morons together again, because that show, I've never watched a TV show that's made me physically cringe more than The Simple Life.
Are you
They
sure?
need to do a reunion, or actually her show by herself, Candidly Nicole. She's got no shame. I think there might be something wrong. The stuff that comes out of her mouth, she's gold. But my little heart was a little bit lifted by seeing them together after all the drama.
Nicole Richie said something like, "I'm only 5 feet tall. There's a whole world above me that I have no idea what's going on." And I'm like, "Yeah,
I
can
fucking
relate to
love
that."
her. Whatever. I love her.
I love it.
Taylor Lautner's getting married. Everyone thought he was gay, but
He
Who?
dated
big-
Taylor.
Who?
yeah, he loves Taylor's because he's marrying a chick named Tay Dome. So her name is going to be Taylor Lautner.
Who are these people?
Taylor
He
Lautner
was
from
dating
Twilight,
Taylor
bitch.
Swift forever.
Jacob.
Okay.
Twilight.
Okay.
Hello.
Did you guys ever see the articles and they like tried showing, and I don't know if he did gain weight, where he looked apparently overweight. I don't know if they were real or not. And they were like, why Hollywood won't cast him anymore? And I'm like, are they trying to say it's because he is fat?
Yes, that's exactly what they're trying to say. They're
It
trying to say fat, sitting on a butcher's mat, fat cat, fat.
Listen,
Delete it, fat. That's what
you
they're
could-
trying to say.
you could be 600 pounds and still get cast if you're a good actor or actress. The man can't act.
Nuh-uh.
Now I'm remembering.
Hey, you know, when you have a face like that, you don't have to act sometimes.
I was
Right?
gonna say he's so pretty. He doesn't need
He's
talent.
a pretty boy.
I don't know.
And he's very good. He's very flirty with that British. So he did that British show with what's his name? the guy from In-Betweeners that played the teacher. And they're very flirty together. It's just like, oh, I don't know. I've got funny feelings in my tummy about
You
this.
know,
Ooh.
if adults can just get together and admit out loud what their particular yum is, didn't we have this
Circling it back.
conversation a little
Circling
bit?
it back, baby. Lesson of the
How
show today.
many quarters? That's what we need to know. How many? Are we?
There's no quarters
Are
on
we
a ruler.
here? Or are we?
Go back to that shot of his pants. Let's see if it
down
shows up.
there?
Let's talk about how many quarters this bitch is going to be earning because she's everywhere.
Mhm.
Adele's album is out today.
Not good. No.
Not for me. I don't
No.
think.
I didn't think that I liked that new
haven't
song
listened to
that
it
dropped
Do you
a
know?
couple weeks
I haven't
ago,
heard
but
She's
any
kind
of
of hit. She's kind of hit that. I'm famous, and that's. Oh.
I'm unrelatable now.
She's kind of hit that part, and for someone that has always been very defensive about her child, or not defensive, very like protective of her child, and you know, not wanting him exposed, she's trotting him out now that the divorce album's here. There's actual like voice notes in some of the songs of her talking to her child about the divorce, and great, that's a good educational tool, but why do it in the first place is a little bit icky to me.
I like that she's sticking with a theme and naming the album 30.
It's a bit. I think it's just a bit
all I got.
opportunistic and a bit gross.
I think it's a
But
love
look-
letter to your kid. Did you think it was bad when Will Smith had his son in the one song where he was like, "How much am
I
I
think
getting paid to this, Dad?"
I think you know my opinions on Will Smith, Jeffrey.
Such a bitter fag.
Adele has done my favorite episode of Carpool Karaoke ever.
Divorce, babe.
That's all I
See,
got.
I wish some of that humor was injected into the music because she's leveling into Pink area now, where it's solid mum tracks.
Do you have an issue with moms?
I do because you know what? I don't give a fuck about your kids. I don't care. I don't have to like your kids. I don't want to hear them singing.
Look at Brooke.
I don't. If unless your kid is, if you want to hear a kid that can sing, you go look at Brandy's daughter. That bitch has got a voice that should be on record. But I don't care about. Look at my 7-year-old singing. No, ugh,
Excuse me.
yucky,
Excuse
yucky
me.
on the floor.
My 7-year-old does a fantastic version of Bad Romance.
Yeah, but I don't have. This is the thing. You're not a recording artist, and you're not forcing it on me.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Oh, are you
I've heard
trying
you
to say that you're like what's her face from Who's the Boss, and have you've got
Mona.
a recording career in Japan?
Wait. No, I'm. What
No,
was
How I
Alyssa
Met Your Mother.
what was
Alyssa
Garth
Milano.
Brooks' alter ego? That's me.
Oh yeah, you are Garth Brooks.
Chris what? Chris.
You're a little Chris Gaines.
Thank you.
No, do you know who Katie is? She's a little bit Alexis
Ah,
from Schitt's Creek. I'm a little
you.
Alexis.
She's not that cool. She's not that cool.
You had to say it from me, didn't you? You ass.
Burn.
I had a moment and you took it away.
Oh, David.
I am woke.
David.
Sorry, I always get. Look, yeah, I'm sorry. I love Adele. I think she's a hilarious person, but I think this is where we might part ways for a little while until she gets interesting again. That's just me.
I feel like her
I'm all for it.
album's
Heard any of
really,
it.
really
But-
super whiny.
But I do
Well,
like
it's
what
about
she had
how
to
the
say
movie goes.
because the interview with Oprah is obviously coming out. That's who knew Oprah was relevant again. Get some Opes.
When was she never not relevant?
Where have you been?
Oh, she. Well, I'm not. We don't have O over
Australia,
here.
Jeffrey.
We don't have O over here. We're not.
Brooke doesn't
We're
listen
not
to me.
constantly exposed to it. But she did talk to Oprah about
Explains a lot about
the
your
focus
country.
on her weight, which has been a big thing. I like her statement. I'm not shocked or even fazed by it. My body has been objectified my entire career. Am I too big? Am I too small? I never looked up to anyone because of their body. I was body positive then, and I'm body positive now. Jesus. It's not my job to validate how people feel about their bodies. I'm trying to sort out my own life.
Yeah.
Work.
I love that you quoted it word for word with
My own life.
Yes. Thank
Trying
you.
to sort out my own life, love. Divorce, babe.
Beautiful.
Get
Beautiful.
a car.
I wish,
None of us
mate,
got
I would.
cars.
I would work. Look, if Oprah asked me to, I don't do physical labor, but if Oprah asked me to sweep the floor, I'd be like, yes, ma'am. I love Oprah.
I mean, she makes a point, but she doesn't. You're in the public eye.
No, I gotta go with Adele here, though, Katie. Not our body, it's hers, and our opinion doesn't really matter.
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying she is a celebrity, whether she wants to own it or not. She is a role model. She may be an unwilling role model.
I have a big problem with that. I have a big problem with just because someone's a celebrity doesn't make them a role model. That's your business.
But
What you choose to place on someone else is your business. Like, no one goes in to go, I want to be a role model, right? No, they want to be they want to be recognized for their art. They want to do what they want to, like. They want to be celebrated for their art. They want to do what they love, or they want to be famous. You know what I mean?
They're really smart. They want to be rich, honey, rich.
No one's going, oh, I want to be a role model.
No, I get that. And that's why I said unwilling. But, that kind of plays into the privacy thing, too. If they want to be famous, are they entitled to privacy?
Well,
of course you're entitled to privacy, but...
Was her voice less when she was heavier? Is it less now that she's thinner?
I don't think so.
It doesn't affect the outcome of her art. It should not be an issue. It's completely
if the
hers.
three of us, or if the five of us, whatever, we're at lunch, and Luke walked in next week and he has a new nose, are we going to ignore it and pretend that he didn't get a new nose?
No, I'm going to be like, bitch, you got a fucking nose job.
Right, we're going to talk about the nose in the room. Because that's human nature.
We are going to talk about the nose in the room, but we're not going to say, why did you get a new nose? Your nose was a role model for other people.
Your nose is a role model.
I might be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Come on. Listen.
No, we're not.
Unless it is something that is defining, like Jennifer Grey that we brought up, was it last week or the week before?
Yes.
She got it. Everyone's like, the nose. For better or worse, the nose was the thing. And she went and got rid of the nose.
Well, the nose wasn't the thing, but the nose made her face memorable. And when she got the nose job, her
like
face
Lady
wasn't
Gaga
memorable.
getting a nose job after that whole big thing. And fuck. Oh, speaking of someone who's disappeared right up their own ass, Lady Gaga. Have you seen the ads for this fucking movie?
I think it looks great. I can't wait
House
to see
of
it.
Gucci. Are they vampires, Jeff? Are they vampires, Vera?
Who? The Gucci?
Are the Gucci family vampires?
I don't.
They're
think so.
Italian, right?
Yeah.
So why is she talking like this?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Father, son, and House of Gucci. I expected to turn purple.
Well, her dialect coach even came out and said it was terrible. That's
Yeah,
the worst part.
she sounds like a vampire. Everyone needs to go check that shit out.
Hola.
Patty. Did she have a name? Whoops. Heidi. Yeah,
Yes,
she sounds like a
I don't know
vampire. So
Yeah, she did
everyone
use
do
her own
yourself a
name.
favor and check out the check out the House of Gucci trailer because it's award season. She's gonna disappear up her own ass again. Oh.
But Vera, what I was going to say was
I enjoyed Lady Gaga, the actress on American Horror Story. The longer that fucking A Star Is Born promo trailer went on, it's like, oh, girlfriend, okay, we get it.
You can get sick of anything.
99 people could say no, and you only need the one person to say yes.
Yeah.
I botched that quote, but you
get some fresh material, champ. Like, ugh. Speaking of fresh material, someone who brings that every week because she is the moment is Miss Vera in a section that we like to call Vera Vents.
Oh my God, it's so hot all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Why is it not working? I love it when that happens to me all the time.
Vera's
All right,
fucking
here
hot.
we go. 3, 2, 1. Vent, baby, vent.
All right, kids. I started to talk about it earlier when we were talking about Mr. InfoWars, Alex Jones. It really sucks. We live in a post-truth world. Now, post-truth really came a thing in about 2015, 2016, and it's part of the alternative facts. And I touched on this briefly last week. We get ourselves into this rabbit hole where we only hear and see things that reinforce our own beliefs. But we need to find a way to get out of this post-truth world, because we are on the verge of self-destruction. The people who don't believe in climate change are thwarting every single effort to save the planet. The people who don't believe in free elections are thwarting every single democracy in this world. You know, it's becoming scary. It's becoming awful. Now, alternative facts, post-truth, what do these mean? It's manipulation. It's lies. It's, you know, and we don't look to our politicians for truth. We want to be told a narrative that fits our life. You know, what are the reasons that the Republicans come to power? Is because they've given people someone to blame. And one of the reasons Democrats don't take any power is because we're all like, well, whatever they want. If she wants to lose weight, if she wants, you know, we're wishy-washy, we're inclusive, you know, and we may go a little far on the wokeness, but we got to come together, kids. Most of the troubles in this world bring about consensus. 60 to 70 people believe in 70%, sorry, my bad, believe in climate change. You know, 60 to 70% of the people believe that marriage is between two consenting adults. That doesn't have to be our business. You know, 70% of the population believes in, you know, healthcare. But that 30%, they're winding us up. They're pitting us against each other. They're taking away the things that make us the same. We need to find a way to get away from this post-truth, because if you call it post-truth, if you call it alternative facts, if you call it market manipulation, the bottom line is they're still lying to us, and we are not the enemy of the other. They are the enemy of us. We need to find a way to get back to it. Do I know how to get there? No, I'm just a middle-aged woman in my seafoam green living room trying to figure it all out, but we got to work together. That's my rant for the day.
May I say
Very
something?
nicely done. Jeffrey's left the building, but it's okay.
Vera, I have a
What?
question. Did you just identify as a Democrat?
I actually am working Families Party.
That's what I thought. That's why I was confused when you were like, us Democrats. I'm like, wait a second.
But look, guys, if we ever
But
needed
we caucus
any more
together.
proof that the world is going to hell in a handbasket, I have it for you in this week's WTF Weekly. What the? So, surprise, surprise, guys. The Armageddon is starting in Florida.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
didn't know that.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right, I'm ready.
I'm pretty sure we've all heard it. We all read the article, and I'm pretty sure we can all smell it.
Oh, God.
Sophie Arista from Brass
no.
Against decided this week to give a golden shower on stage in the middle of a concert. Now, I couldn't put any of the actual pictures up because we've already got a fucking flag for showing a V of someone's body when we were talking about that sexy show on Netflix. But she picked someone from the audience who had a cup glued to their head or something, brought him up on stage, pulled down her pants, and commenced to pee on him
Listen,
in front of an audience.
consenting adults.
Oh,
I don't know.
Let's
that
not kink shame here.
stream of urine was not consensual.
But
Yeah,
but were all of the other people consenting to witness it?
No.
Touche.
No.
Touche.
And the so for those of us that have never heard of Brass Against, which is me and everyone else in the world,
Yeah,
they
I've
describe
never heard of it.
themselves as a collective with the goal of creating music to inspire social and personal change by piss. I mean,
you can argue the crowd not wanting to see it, but if that guy didn't care, I guess.
There's an ex-co-host that got a golden shower on a beach, and it wasn't for him.
it's dirty. Like,
It's not for everybody. I don't know.
I don't mean to
haven't
yuck
tried
your
it.
yum, but like, no.
I would think
On
that
stage?
if it interested me by now, I would know that.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And I
you want-
don't need to see it on stack, like, or smell it.
Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that.
I mean, if
I
she's
don't-
hydrated, it's not going to smell.
That's true.
Unless you
Well,
got
she
a
looked
kidney
very
problem.
hydrated. She could put out a candle from across the room, I think.
Fair enough.
The statement reads, "We had a great time last night at Welcome to Rockville. Sophia got carried away. That's not something the rest of us expected, and it's not something you'll see again at our shows.
No,
Thanks
darling.
for bringing it last night, Daytona." Oh, Florida.
Are they
You'd never
originally
disappoint.
from Florida?
No, they're from New York.
Okay, that you know
That
what?
makes
I-
so much
They're used to the
sense.
smell of piss.
kind of makes
Yeah,
sense
no.
now. Sorry.
They're used to-
Our part
Okay.
of New York does not smell.
Wait a minute. So
Okay.
has anybody on the panel
I'll be the judge of that.
gotten a golden shower? Come on, don't
No!
fucking lie.
No,
No.
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 I mean,
Oh
no.
God, no.
I've been peed on by my infant children. Does that
Oh, yeah.
count?
You pervert.
I was not a willing participant in that one.
Oh, sue your child. Sue your child.
He's got no money.
Real.
He's got
Okay,
a
when he gets
$5 Target
old.
gift card.
When he gets old, you can sue him for
When my nephew
non-consensual
was an infant, I
golden
used to say-
showers.
I used to whisper to him, "Pee on grandma and I'll make sure you get $100." Never did.
Well, Jeff, did you ever? Well, anyone really? Did you ever experience those PPTPs?
No.
Like they marketed this thing so you could put it over the penis while you were changing diapers to like.
So you
block-
wouldn't get wet.
right.
Oh,
I am
no,
here to
because
tell
I was
you-
a fucking smart enough person to just take the diaper and
Flip
fold
it
it
up.
over and cover it up so that it doesn't happen.
Okay, well, I got one as a baby shower gift. First time mom. I'm going into this blind, okay? So I'm changing the diaper and that thing. The kid had a very strong.
So he's going to be the new
Like a
lead
rocket.
singer of Brass Against in about 10
He
years.
was
Congratulations.
hydrated. That's what
He
you're
was
telling
ready.
us. He
He's
was
ready.
And on that golden note, we're going to end this week's show. So we will see you next week for a Thanksgiving show where we will give thanks for the news of the week. Until then, my lovely friends and family, Jeffrey won't see you because he'll be loaded. But until then, we love you. Don't pee on each
Bye,
other unless
I'll
it's
be
everyone.
consensual.
fucking cooking again for the whole neighborhood because my
Bye.
life hurts.
Do that.
And you better believe if someone complains about Jeffrey's cooking, there's going to be some piss flying around.
I don't give a fuck. I'm like, why do I